at this point. What was it that was giving you this like hope of, this all this sacrifice is going to be worth it?
Well, I did a lot of research and I saw how many people were successful.
Okay.
And I think this is a little bit off topic, but there's a very big difference between the current trading community and the one we had back in 2014 and 2015. Around that time, I think it was much easier for us to learn and kind of get into the gist of trading, what to do, what's right, what's wrong. Like right now, I think it's gotten much, much tougher, right? Because there's way too many, too much information out there. That's a lot of people are pushing information just for their own benefit, right? For example, like YouTube clickbait. Like there's a lot of information out there that's actually not helpful, but they're using that to push new traders into it. And I think me, my brother, a couple of other people who started around, I would say 2014 to 2018, we didn't really have to worry about that. So that was one thing that was kind of away from us. Like right now, I think trading community is very, very toxic overall.
That's interesting to hear that, because I've also undecided. I haven't been in the market as long as yourself, but we just had Ash on the show, and he's from an earlier era, let's say. And he also said the same. The market was a lot different. The marketing was different. The entries were different. Obviously a trending market at the time. So now I like to hear from people's perspective. Is it a better time to be a trader because now you have more information, so you can also find the right people? You have prop firms, let's say, but then it's also the Wild West of marketing too. So what is your thoughts on that, on like a beginner trader today? Is it the Wild West, or is it actually a great opportunity?
Well, as a beginner, I think if I started today, and I think I would have overload of information, and I wouldn't really be able to know which information is accurate, which isn't, right? Because if you see a lot of trading influencers right now, they push the information that can bring people towards them, right? Be it accurate, be it's working, be it's not working. They use that as a bait to bring people towards them. And it does work, right? Like ICT, there's a lot of other stuff like patterns on a 1 minute time frame. Like there's a lot of things that I believe don't really work well. And to say, and to answer your second question, that the market was easier or different, I think the market is always changing. We as traders have to change with the market. We have to adapt with the market. So to say 2015 was easier than now, I don't think that's accurate. I think the market 2015, 2016, it's always changing. So we just have to adapt from it. It's never easy because the information that you learn as a trader is always going to be in your head. The thing that changes is you waking up. How disciplined are you? Are you at your 100% today or not? Did you do your homework over the weekend, right? Are you prepared? A lot of these things, if you miss one step, you're not going to perform well in the market. And then we tend to blame the market that, hey, the market is harder. But that might not be the case. It might be that you haven't done your full homework. You're not prepared. You're not putting in the work that you're required to go into trading.
So this is a very interesting thought, and it's the idea that the market has changed, and obviously the world around us has changed. We just had a similar conversation earlier, which is, with the rise of AI, the rise of, you can trade from your phone now, institutions dumping money into the best researchers, analysts, and so forth. Naturally, the market is going to change. So with a decade in the market, essentially, what kind of changes have you noticed, and what are things that are really hot right now that are working for you?
I think the biggest change for me, which I hadn't experienced before, was during COVID. So in options, we have something called the VIX, which is a fear indicator. Okay. And that kind of causes the premium prices to fluctuate. So when there's more fear in the market, we end up paying higher premium. So I wasn't really aware of how much that can affect the market. No, well, not the market, the actual option premium. So I had a lot of trouble trading during that time. Like the first 2-3 months, I was not able to be consistently profitable. And now we actually just had a similar reaction over the weekend when the market dropped, what happened with Japan. So option premiums went up, VIX kind of rose, but this time I was prepared, right, because of that previous experience. But at that time, it was a little bit tough for me. But I think at this point, everything else is you just got to take a step back. Like what I usually do to get used to the market is I size down. If I think that I'm not prepared or if I'm not very well informed with the market, I usually size down very aggressively just so I can understand. Because I think if you're not putting your money on the line, you're not really going to pay attention. So what I did on Monday was I sized down and I took a hit. But if I had went in with my usual position size, that hit would have been 5 times higher.
Right.
And then Tuesday, same thing. I stayed smaller position size. So this whole week I've been trading with a much lesser size. So I take a smaller